Hi everyone, it's Alison from the Primary Library. I just thought I'd make this quick tutorial to show you how you can use some of our resources to help support your students with learning at home and learning online. Lots of you would be aware that we have EnhanceTV, but I just thought I'd show you how to access it if you're not aware and how you can make the most of it. So if you're in Connect and you go to Library Resources, head down to Primary Library Databases, and then scroll down to the bottom until you see the box for EnhanceTV. Now, if you click on the link here, that means that EnhanceTV will open and you will automatically be logged in. Your students will be able to follow this exact same process from home. They are aware how to access the primary library databases from using Worldbook Online, so this process here shouldn't be too unfamiliar to them. So if we click on the link, it will then take you into EnhanceTV. Now, I'm just going to search for pretty much anything up in the top here so that it will help me find my filters. I'll just go back to EnhanceTV by clicking here on the EnhanceTV logo. And if I just choose a subject in here, it doesn't matter which one, and hit search, it will then bring up the next page where I'll have a sidebar which lets me make more specific selections. So you can take off M and MA as a good starting point because we don't want our students accessing that kind of content. Select your subject area. I'm going to head down to literature, and then if we head in, say, Year 1 and do a search, it will come back and tell you how many results it's found, and it will also show it to you in collections. Now, collections is useful because it puts all programs from the same collection together. So you can see Storytime with Bookaboo is a really great one. Aboriginal Australian Storytime is also great. I'm just going to go back. We should be able to find Storytime with Play School is a really great collection for our younger students. When you're in here, you should be able to find lots of really well-known books. Now, lots of these books parents might even have at home, but what I wanted to point out is that a lot of these resources here have great teacher and learning resources online that you can very quickly access. So there was one here for CHIP. I might just search CHIP up here in the bar because I know that's specifically what I'm looking for. Here we go, Play School Storytime Chip with Cat Stewart. This was one of the shortlisted books just a couple of years ago. So you could play the Storytime video to them, but then if you're on the internet and you search Chip teaching resources or teaching notes like I have here, you'll see that lots of publishers, as you're well aware, have teaching notes that go with books. Now, these would be really useful if you're setting work for your students to watch something on EnhanceTV. The parent then has access to that book, and then you could attach or direct the parent to the teaching notes that go with it. Some of the activities, of course, will be more appropriate for teaching in a classroom with multiple students, but there are lots of teacher resources out there as well that have things that would work in a home environment with one-on-one, a parent working with a child, like this one, for example, where it really directs down to what questions to ask on what page. I know there are lots of parents who would find that type of really specific support really helpful. Some of the other things that I found for Go Home Cheeky Monkeys, which was another shortlisted book, Lamont have some teaching resources right there with some set discussion questions and some follow-up activities that children could do at home. So that's a bit of a suggestion on how you could use some of the things that come up on EnhanceTV, and then just go that little step further to provide some extra resources. If we're back in EnhanceTV, don't forget that you can use the filters again at the side of your page here. You can choose some different subject areas. So in mathematics, for example, there are lots of things on here that children could view, and then perhaps you could find follow-up activities to go along with those. So there was some really good maths. Oh, I didn't select a year. If I chuck in, say, Year 4, there were some really good activities there for mathematics that children could follow up on. So it's certainly worth having a little bit of a look. I found lots of things just very quickly this morning that you would be able to do. There were some great interviews with authors like Jeannie Baker giving demonstrations of how she makes collage. That would be a really good start. And then children could go and perhaps work on a collage project over a couple of days. So make sure you really use the filters to your advantage, and then back it up with the other things that you can find online so that you can make that a more rich experience for your children rather than just watching something online. I hope that's been helpful. I will make an instructional video on how to access EnhanceTV that we can put up somewhere for parents to access, so they've got step-by-step instructions on how to go ahead and use it as well from home. If you know exactly what it is you're directing your students to, then it would be really good to give them the exact phrase to pop into the search bar so that they know exactly what it is you're directing them to view. Thanks everyone, and good luck.